I'm here with Uday Jain from Dhoomimal Gallery. It's great to have you back.
Hi, nice seeing you again. What we are standing in front of is, of course, an iconic Raja Ravi Varma from 1890s, 1893.
Explain the work to me. What is the significance of his Ravi Varma?
So this is a munshi or an accountant from the royal court, and the family actually had some differences with the British, and they were banished from the village in Baroda and then relocated in Maharashtra in a village called Santli, I think the village is called. And the descendants are still there, and it was coming straight from them. And the foundation had full record of him being part of the court, and so yeah, something from the 1890s. And with Ravi Varma, of course, we always call him the father of modern art because he was one of the first artists to use Western techniques like oil paint and canvases
For Indian subjects.
For Indian subjects, and that sort of really popularized this sort of art within the country.
Is there anything surprising you've seen at the art fair so far?
So, of course, when you ask me about one of my favorite works, I think the Souza Nude is quite an interesting work. We could walk towards that.
In the landscape of Indian modern art, Souza has been particularly controversial because of his nudes and eroticism, which people don't really get. Uday, could you please explain that to us?
So I feel it's also happened more and more after the Indian buyer has become that much stronger. Growing up at the gallery in the 80s and the 90s, till the international collectors are collecting Souza, I've actually seen them collect a lot of nudes, and Souza's nudes, in fact, were the most in demand, even more than his landscapes or heads. But ever since the Indian buyer has become stronger and more influential, of course, to hang in their houses, they feel slightly more conventional themes are sort of more appropriate. But in my opinion, that's strange because we come from a country which has places like Khajuraho, which have places like Konark, and strong imagery has been part of our heritage in India. If anything, has been very forward-looking in sense of their imagery or love language or just strong depiction of men and women or gods and goddesses as well. But I think it was only after the British that we were made to feel a little shy or conscious of this whole openness or sexuality that we were so proud of. So I do feel that it's about time that we shed this and the strong imagery which has been part of our culture for centuries. I think we could embrace it, and artists that are able to express such emotions in a free manner, I think that should be encouraged as much as possible.
That's a solid point. But Souza's eroticism takes it to a whole another level.
Right.
It's a whole other level.
I think with Souza also what's very different is that today we talk about women empowerment, but Souza's women forever have actually been very strong. Like if you ever see his men and women on the same canvas or something, it's usually women who are more powerful and the man might be a little frail or the emotions will be a little down. But the women will always be imposing and very in your face and very sort of strong characters that you would not want to mess with in any way.
So it's about them taking pride in their sexuality and their characteristics.
Correct.
Okay.
And I think Souza sort of really enforced that, even though he had various relationships and he was very influenced by whatever relationship he was at that particular point of time. But I think regardless, in all his periods, women have had a position of high authority.
That's quite ahead of his time. Thank you so much for your time, Uday. And it's been a pleasure talking to you as always.
As always, yes. Thank you.